how that bodes into tacticians and how they can think about the rounds. I mean, if you know that a player can always get a frag at a certain point in the map, or you know trades are good in the team, it allows for so much more advanced strategies to come out from a team. And you look at CAZ, the trades in the previous game were so good, and hopefully they can carry that forward.
We certainly can hope, as it is going to be the setup beginning to really take shape. Of course, the knife round, Mirage, not quite a coin flip, actually has a level of importance to it.
Yeah, I mean, usually looking at what, 9-6 in favor of the CT side, 8-7 usually. But the T side's quite strong, especially on this map, Mirage. So, which team won that? CX won the pistol, probably going to start on their CT side, and Mirage CT side, even on the T side, such a big AWP map, and whichever player goes toward mid, that will usually bode as to which player is AWPing, and based off that we can talk and touch a little bit on that. But Dream, very good Mirage AWPer.
Yeah, I'm excited for Dream in general, to be honest. I think Mirage aside, just as an AWPer, as a player, even, very
has been quite quiet in the previous Masters games, but in that previous match, playing very, very well. And yes, CX starting on their CT side, and it's going to be three sets of armor, Brody. Jesus Christ, it's not alive. Oh my god, gentlemen.
There they had to.
Now we go. Karmapanger with the nades. We could see him go towards A, smoke off ramp, and then nade once the attack comes out. Even smoke off B, not too sure yet. So 4 sets of armor as well on the CX side, and that's actually the deagle for Dream, so they could go for the mid, take care of that deagle, try and let them the first frag.
If they can find that first frag, it will open things up for them, but it comes down to can they actually connect the shot. That's what they're looking for, and well, for Robin, he gets himself the answer. We'll be able to find the frag on towards Dream, and in terms of the rest of the setup, it's that bulk over towards B, and well, sometimes bulking up, it can be a difficult and very tenuous process, and one that doesn't
that nade.
Into all the flash is going to pop off, should be able to be blinding, but the double peek from CX lets them so much information. But can they crossfire as they can fly out towards bench? And the T side, they actually come up trumps with their own little mini crossfiring themselves. The peek from a shot from Thomas, it's not quite enough. As Brody managed to find the picks, but Thomas with a bit more of a ladder round effect.
Brody C just allows Roman to walk into his crosshair there. That smoke coming out from Karmapanger was so bad because it allows the T's to push up, and they can walk through it, and it's so much harder to headshot them instead as if they're running. And what that caused was CAZ managed to get out of B-apps immediately, and once they're on the site, it's close range duels. It made it so easy for them to take that round. Not that round, but that bomb site. But the fast retake there from CX nets them that first round, and they won the first pistol on the last map. The question is, I know they're good at pistols, I want to see them carry it through the rifles.
And if they can carry it through, that would be ideal, as it is going to be that quick 1-for-1. But nothing too crazy just yet. I'm just waiting for CAZ to really bite the bullet and decide, you know what, we're going to push now. We're going to try and make this work, because the smoke will fade. We're already playing very, very close. Now, this is a bit of a double-edged sword for him, because he's got the SMG, so certainly wants to be up close. But in the same regard, the tech lines, they work better for those quick snapping headshots, and well, it's going to tingle on the way as it will land. On the B side, they have this sight on the rats.
No kits as well for the CT side, so it's going to have to be a fast retake once it comes in, and the man advantage in CAZ, if they can just play the refrags, play the trades, play it smart. Dream now the deal gets a nice headshot to Karmapanger. Can he get another one? Yes, he can. There's 2 headshots for him. 1 versus 4 now. That's just thinking, where the hell are my teammates going? And now the push will come into connector. He will go down. The 1-for-1 comes out, and CX, they needed that round.
For me, CX, all that comes to mind is, well, all around them were familiar places, and that was about it. You can get the gist from the rest of the song, as it was a pretty mad world for them and very reminiscent of the past.
Yes, exactly. So, only 1 rifle, SMGs, actually a FAMAS as well onto MCK. Picked that up from the CT side, but it's going to be the force strike coming from CEX. And actually, no, they're not opting to play aggressive here. Instead, going to go for a heavy stack towards A, play a connector, player mid, and then 2 players playing on the A side. And actually, if one of these players hides, the T's might think this is a retake, and that player that is camping behind default might actually catch some T's off guard.
Yeah, that surprise factor is a bit of a different element, and one that could be very helpful going into this round. But yet again, it's going to be CX just waiting, and a similar story for CAZ as a Molotov. He's going to go off, and some more utility to be expended here, there, and a bit of everywhere, to be honest. They haven't really quite set their heart out on exactly what the focus point of this A site is going to be. Nonetheless, the push is going to begin. A Molotov gets it out there, to slow them down somewhat. The elevated angle from running nets them a frag, and Bake him over towards Thomas. Well, just gets another to add to the tally. Thomas tries to respond, but not really getting too much done, leaving it down to the rotators.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what can happen here unless they can walk into the crosshairs of the CTs. That's just what's happened. Does he take down Aussie, and now CK trying to spray and push towards stairs, and does take down Rezu. The trade does come out, 1 versus 3. One of these players is low though. If you can find the 1 body shot onto Roma, and it's a 1 versus 2, there's a chance.
Oh, it's a chance, but again, touching at scores almost. Tries to go for the headshot, eventually landed on towards Dream. The HP remember is ever so low, the nade just on top of that box, which will mean it does a bit more limited damage. But even then, Alex, that bomb's ticking away. It's not going to stop. Robin, he's got to go.
Yeah, but the T's are clumped up. They are playing very close together. They can get one, he can get the other one potentially, but instead Roma wins that. Nice headshot there. He is low HP, so one shot from that deagle would have taken him down. But instead, CAZ win the force buy. That came towards them. That was from CEX, and this is the thing. CEX previously on their gun rounds were just chaotic, not playing together. They're going to go for the full save here. Obviously just pistols and some USPs as well, so they are full saving. Let's take a look at the money if we can, actually, seeing if there will be an AWP onto the next round, but I don't think there will be. And actually, Brody C potentially being able to... Yeah, he will. So there will be an AWP. Question is, who do the CTs throw it to?
Yeah, certainly a bit of an interesting question, and one that we will soon get ourselves our answer. Of course, it would be nice to see if Robin can do some work calmer as well, you know, and whip it out. It does feel like they have the ability to throw it around, though, so it is almost a bit of a curveball question in itself.
But Robin Nasty did go mid on that pistol round, so we're probably going to be seeing him with the AWP. We saw Jenko play Mirage mid yesterday, playing it so well, playing so aggressive. And if you're CX right now, you want aggression from your AWP because you want the first picks, and that's what they're used to playing with.
And if they can get those first picks, it sets them up, but if they can't, they seem to be struggling. That was the trend of the last, and
especially their replays.
So far in this, a bit of a following trend, of course. I don't really want to get too far ahead of ourselves, because they've been able to do some damage. It's going to be, you know, seeing really a lot of buy rounds, you know, once we get to that kind of 3 or 4 marker, as we get into maybe our 9th or 10th round, that's where we can really begin to kind of get the narrative for this game. For now, it's a moneymaker for CAZ. The damage has still been inflicted for CX, and I think that's at least a solid point for the CT side.
Yeah, solid point, but the money for CAZ, they've got bomb plants in these rounds, and the question isn't all about money right now. It's about the AWP that is going into the CT's hands, and how will they use it? Will Dream opt to try and battle that other AWP in mid, or will he go towards A and B, catch a jumping, spotting player towards B, or maybe go pallet and try and pick that player towards stairs, or will he go towards mid and try to take control that way?
What do you think is the better option?
Oh, mid for sure. Mid for sure. Top mid smoke, maybe push through that, push short, peek window, peek towards connector, jump down, go into connector, try and find if there's any players playing inside connector. If not, peek towards short that way and try and find the first frag.
Well, we'll talk about it, but it doesn't actually come into fruition. It's going to be 5 flat rifles. CAZ on the flip side, they do have Dream, and well, he gets to really run riot because the rifle's the only thing that's going to contest the CX. They make use of them. They go aggressive towards ramp. They get themselves some information, and they leave Brody there just to always be this lingering guy just sitting around in the shadows. If he can catch someone off guard, it could be perfect for the CT side. I
believe Roma would have heard that push. He is probably going to be expecting a player here close to him. This gives a lot of information for both sides, and actually Rezo hit short, tagging up Jake, and that nade does connect. That's going to be the first frag for CEX, and this is what they need in the rifle round. The first frag, can they bring this into fruition and take the 2-3?
Look at this position from Brody. We
That's
talked about it at the start of the round. Can he do it? Well,
no.
They expect it. You read it like a book, and they do just that. They get themselves that pick. So now it's going to be back to an even standing point, and very smart from CAZ to not just decide, okay, let's push on towards A. They know that there is going to be someone in that fast rotate spot, and in this case, Robin over towards connector, and they know they have 50 seconds, most importantly.
Ozzy as well. I wouldn't say he was lurking, but actually you could say so. Is playing that position towards Delpan unexpected. He will expect some CTs playing for information towards mid, but actually CAZ hit. CAZ Dream even with the AWP towards B. Actually does shoot the AWP, and this is so important because where the AWP goes is usually where the team goes.
Yeah, and well, you're certainly right about that one as the push. It will begin to take formation. MCK yet again the man to lead the charge. There's nothing too crazy taking place there. He gets the shovel feed on towards Robin, but they don't check the angle from Rezo, and that's not only one frag, but gives the opportunity for the rest of his team to set up in such a nice manner. And one by one, CAZ, he will fall.
All it took was Dream there, shooting his AWP while flashed, and that telegraphed everything that was happening from the CAZ side. And CEX, they get the information, they rotate, and actually unfortunate timings there for Aussie and mid as Thomas did win that duel. And it's going to be 2-3, the first rifle round, even though Brody C did die towards ramp. CAZ, they get cold feet and up to try and maybe overthink themselves and went back towards B. Robin Nasty, though, he is the AWP towards mid, and with no top mid smoke does come down, so let's see if the team's going to take control of mid and try and find the first strike that way.
Ballsy man, but he's just so out of position, it feels like. There's no one there to actually help, and the smokes and overall just on the C side just makes it, well, feel easy.
1 man advantage already for CAZ. 1 minute 25 on the clock, so they can play slow, they can play for another pick. Maybe Brody C might try and push ramp or push Palace, and if he does, he will fall, and if he does fall, they can just go towards that site. But we could see smokes coming out, or maybe just an A ramp contact.
Among all of the negativities of them losing that initial pick, one thing they have done is do some damage. You have to mention MCK and Dream, 8 and 33 HP on this push. That will play a lot into it.
Yeah, but those players should be playing close towards the front, and those are the players you want to be traded.
Now that's where things really do get to be a little bit more of an advanced yet difficult prospect. Was that push we talked about? Here it is. They are beginning to group on up. And
the timing.
so close, right down to a tether. We were waiting for it. We set ourselves up. We were right on the cusp of our seats. But it didn't quite happen. The nades, they are going to go down. So damage.
One of the weapons they have on this retake is an AWP, and when 3 of those players are low, you do not want the AWP, and Karmapanga now towards CT. It's not smoked, it's not been covered. Can he get some kills? He gets one, doesn't quite get the respray. And the trade comes out, MCK wins that 2 versus 4, the AWP, and they have to play this fast. Rezu finds another one, 2 of these players are low.
This is where the HP really plays into things with the angle. It's going to be held by Ozzy. He's over towards Sandwich, finds the frag on towards Rezu, and now falls down to Robin. Yes, he's got himself a pistol. Back up for the sidearm as the AWP, but it's going to get nothing done either way. And a quick trade is what will end the round. CAZ.
Brody C once again playing on default site, and Roma wins the duel once the flash comes out. The thing is, they had the AWP towards stairs, another player playing towards stairs. Two of your teammates are playing retake, yet you are on the site. If you are the CT side playing towards A, you need to play together, players in unison. If you're playing after plant, retake, play CT stairs. Instead, they have Brody C alone on site and loses his life to Roma. The fast aggression does get himself that first frag. This is the point now where the T's can get the refrags, and if they can, go back to the side. But actually, MCK does get the trade onto Brody C, so nothing too crazy coming out, but it's the 2 versus 2.
So much damage on Robin. He's looking to get the timing to work. He gets the initial dink, and I'm not quite sure how they actually get away with it.
The bomb is ramp as well.
Yeah, everything has just pretty much been handed to him. It's just, birthday came early.
Yes, it did. So Robin and Karma. Robin with the weapon sword, but no armor, so if he sprays down one, he can really get both of them. Sprays down one. Can he get the second? Can he get the first dink? And yes, he can. Not dink, but the first bullet applies the aim punch, and once the aim punch kicks in, it's so hard for him to win, and he got dinked. Well, the aim punch came in, the second shot did not connect, and actually wins that 1 versus 2.
This time, there is something that really sets, and it's much more obvious.
The money, yeah.
The economics of them just getting knocked down that hard, it plays into what they can bring to the table. It's certainly going to be something that sits with them in the future, and it means that now this round is very much all or nothing for them.
Not in the future. Look at Ozzy there with the Deagle, but here comes the fast aggression in mid from the CT side. Brody will be sprayed down, and that Deagle I was talking about gets a headshot onto Karmapanga. Dream with the AWP as well, completely shuts down this mid aggression. CEX, what did I just witness?
CAZ, the past, the present, or the future now, it's all looking but plentiful as Thomas and Rezu, the last 2 men left remaining, and if they can't do some damage, CAZ, they've gone from a bit of a risky one off the back of the amount of damage to be inflicted, now to, well, yet again sitting tight in their mansions, just going, okay guys, well, we had a couple of wounds here and there, but we can just lick them all up and run away very victorious. There's a 5-2 scoreline, potentially soon to be 6-2, but Thomas and Rezu, they're not going to let this one go easily.
Being the solo play on the A side is so hard. It's sandwich from Connector and Ramp and Palace gets the first frag, but once again, Robo from Palace takes down that player on default with the trade. Rezu here needs to save.
I love the way that you sum up all of those positions because it basically just highlights just how difficult it's going to be because it's so recurring. There are just so many different positions. They're all going to come at you biting, and eventually one of them, it's going to snap your head off, and that's what takes place, and it leaves Rezu, well, as you mentioned, he's got to save. He's going to run for the hills.
The thing is, the mid push comes up from CX. They haven't got an AWP, so they want to take control of mid with the rifles. Problem is, nobody's watching the short push. And that allows Ozzy with the Deagle to kill that player in window as he is focused on the right side of the back boxes. He goes down, and once he goes down as well, another player fell, and Dream with his AWP gets that final kill, that third kill in towards mid, and that pretty much seals the deal into that round as Jacob Connector does die, but gets traded out instantly by Roma. And we're now looking at CAZ sitting on 6 as the 4-round lead, and CEX, I mentioned they need a few rounds on the CT side, but it's not really looking too good for them.
Early on into this map, we mentioned that kind of 9th, 10th round and say we would look towards this and kind of use this as the benchmark to go back over the CX side and talk about what they've been able to do with these rifles. What are the problems? Is it still that that same clear narrative, the consistent problem?
The consistent problem being
that they haven't just been able, once they've even got picks, they're just not able to do anything with them yet again.
I mean, the thing is, mid control is so important, but we can talk about that a little bit later. They're fast and furious. They'll take that one. Actually, Roma as well, another frag. Push from B short through that smoke does define Dream. He will go down, but this round, much sealed as that player does fall, and now Jacob can just get 2 nice and easy kills. But actually, Karmapanga of the AWP might catch a player off guard here. It's 1. Will he be traded out? Yes. Will he? Yeah, probably use the M4, mate. Does take him down. So, as we were talking before, CEX, they do not have control of mid. So yes, they do buy and they do have rifles, but the AWP is useless if it's not watching the right angles. And you see what happens from CAZ. When they take mid, they play it together. But they're not even playing that aggressive. It feels like it's always CEX peeking into them, especially from Connector. I think Thomas has died twice from peeking Connector, but over-facing.
Yeah, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm seeing them get some picks across the site, but towards mid, it's just almost this
Yeah,
black void
that's
where
the problem.
nothing can happen. Either way, let's see this time around, can they make a change? It's going to be the connector and window face. There's going to be some delay. There's Thomas squeezing towards short. This 3-man mid setup. So far, so good. Aussie, the first in line to fall.
MCK as well. Brody C with the off angle hasn't played this just yet. For once, he's not on the default site on A, so this is good. Readjustment from him. Hopefully catching one of these T players off guard, and MCK mid. Can expect Thomas on short, so Dream with his AWP as well. This could be hard for him to find a pick because Thomas is holding that off angle. This is a very smart repositioning from him.
Oh, again, it comes down to...
Oh my god,
Dream.
what is that?
How does he know, let alone hitting the shot? Ridiculous stuff. Dream, ladies and gentlemen, eat your hearts out. I have no idea how he gets away with it, but he does, and there is no way for CX to punish that. There's nothing they can do.
I've never seen that before. I have never, ever seen that before.
MCK might as well just start the wallbang here and now. That is... Well, that certainly does set the tone of how things are going so far. Going to be looking for that pick on towards Brody. Jokes aside. And he gets it.
Jesus Christ, I've never seen that shot before. I mean, yes, I know you can wallbang that wall, but I've never seen someone actually take a player down from there. And Rezu here, playing fireboxes. Jacob, though, will he win the duel unless Robin will walk into his crosshair? Yes, he will. So Robin falls, and that's Rezu to try and take down one or two more of these players. Guess one. He needs to find another one. If there's any chance of CX winning this, finds another one. Low HP onto Jacob. Unfortunately, Jacob will take him down. And now it's Kamapanga. This is very winnable.
Yeah, just the HP of Jacob alone doesn't really set the pace of things, and the 1v1 is going to be taken, but MCK's still going to win it. And I've got to say, I want to go back to that shot, because I feel like that's going to be a safe mark. Unbelievable, but did he even peek, or did he just know?
No, he just randomly wallbanged him, just as you do.
Yeah, he just...
So I think, okay, maybe in his head, this is what he's thinking is, yeah? He smoked off the whorehouse entrance, and Thomas is like, oh, I'm smoked off, I'm going to have to reposition, expects to reposition after he smokes it. That's the only way I can logically think about it.
So smart.
Well, unless it's just a random wallbang, as you do. But I don't think it's, that's the only logical way I can think about it.
Either way, insanity. How does CX come back from this now? Because they are getting
demolished. Absolutely demolished. And this is the CEX mapping as well. Party, let's get the refrag, but CEX, they have armor, but they haven't actually bought into the round, and this is important because leading into this next one, so far, on both these sides, I'd say the AWP hasn't really had that much impact. Usually the first frag is from a rifle, and it's from early aggression.
So here's a talking point for you.
Double AWP setup?
Yeah, you talk about the AWPs having no impact. Well, if one doesn't work, get two apparently seems to be the thought process for the CT side.
B short AWP, and then the AWP towards mid. This could work, actually, because you have Dream going towards Delpan often, and does peek towards short. Maybe Thomas can catch him off guard, but actually opts to go toward mid. Probably had the better spawn there. Not too much to talk about here.
He drops down towards underpass though, and that is a point in itself because he gets the frag on towards JKM, but Aussie through the smoke on towards Thomas. Robin over towards Connector, just going to be holding the cross, but he misses the shot. You've really got to hit those. That's the problem. It's now Dream. He gets the waltz from ramp. There's no one there just waiting to face him. The close angle is going to be held by Brody. Robin swings up from stairs and, well, he lands a shot that counts. But if he didn't, that could have been disastrous. But even then, now the adaptation, well, from CAZ.
Missed the easy ones, hit the hard ones. That is the flush shoot off of life, and actually Roma here from Palace gets another frag. And Brody C falls. It feels like Roma always has Brody C's number, but that gap in that stair smoke could play dividends. But instead, Aussie that refaces and actually catches Robin off guard, but actually doesn't manage to get the frag. It's going to be Robin taking down Aussie, 2 versus 2.
This was my concern, CAZ. They had so much opening ability on towards the site because now they're actually on the site. Robin, 1 HP, just a number so uncomfortable, and now 1 HP is all they've got left. He needs to try and land something. Doesn't quite get the spot out just the edge of that head, and that leaves him just holding his angle. This one, he's waiting to see if Roma is just going to tap further to his left, but it's not going to happen. CAZ, they're playing very, very passively in this situation.
There's no need for them to peek as well. Absolutely no need for them to peek. They know he has an AWP. They know that he has to peek into them. MCK, good timing there, catches Robin off guard as he unscopes. So 10-2, and I mentioned CAZ having a good T side, but I didn't expect it to be this good.
I don't think anyone did. I've got nothing left. I'm all out.
Yes, this is the problem right now as well for CEX, as they are on another dodgy shoddy buy. And this is the problem as well. It's 2-10. They're going to half by here, allow it to go to 2-11, and their goal here is to try and make this 11-4.
Does this remind you of the first map by any chance? It feels like it does.
I feel like CX had more of a fighting chance in the first map because they actually won the pistol. Instead, though, they did not win the pistol, and instead, they are looking at an 8-round deficit already, and only 13 rounds in. That's not what you want.
CAZ, well, they've rung the number of the B site, and, well, it's responded and said, here, come and get me. More than happy to be picked on up, and there's no one here to try and stop you. And that's exactly what comes up. Jacob from behind. He's just going to pretty much let it rip. Some easy headshots to be found, no response to even be attempted, and
Where's Brody C looking? What are you doing?
he knows. That's the thing about that. That's such a stinging factor because he knows there are players pushing him from behind, but he's tunnel visioning on towards the side, trying to make the best of the situation. Robin, he gets to do some damage with the pistol, but that's about
Tunnel
it.
visioning. Brody C tunnel visioning. That is the Brody C I know. Love the guy, but sometimes, mate, you have to look around you. And unfortunately for him, he does fall along with 2 other players, and Jacob there with the backstab sprays down 3 players. 11-2. This round, 3 orbs. My goodness. If you can't win it with 1, get 2. If you can't win it with 2, get 3.
That's apparently how maths works, right? Just keep on adding the number and eventually it will work. Well, I don't even know anymore because Thomas is going aggressive, but he gets the pick. Karma with another, so CX, they come out with a triple orb.
The problem for them wasn't getting the first picks. They had first picks in other buy rounds. The problem was that they lost them in the mid round. And right now, Jacob, if he wins this, 4 versus 3, 2 orbs left. So if you get the bomb site, you have to retake with 2 orbs.
Something that's sitting right in the forefront of my brain right now is Romate. He's just going to be able to walk on out, and he gets away with it. He walks out through the smoke. He gets 1. He gets the second. Mistakes are made. Brody, he's living life by the minute. 40 degrees in front of him, and that is about it. As it's going to be a 3v2. The time ticking on away, soon to be adjusted off the back of that bomb going down. And it's a double orb retake on the A site.
2 versus 3, and both of these orbs are going to have to try and retake the A site. And Karma Panga whiffs 2 shots, 3 shots now. Will go down to Roma. Roma nasty with no kick, can't even injure if he tried. And Jean would shoot towards stairs, but does not connect. And Robin here thinking, what the hell has just happened here?
This is just another...
So, what I was about to say, sorry to interrupt you there. This is what I was about to say before the round unfolded was 3 orbs does not fix the solution that CEX need. They had first picks. I mentioned before, they keep getting the first pick. They lose the 4 versus 5 in the mid round, and you saw what happened. 3 versus 5 in the mid round, they throw away their frags, throw away their lives, and then equalize the numbers, and the 2 orbs, again in the retake, useless.
It's almost getting just a bit dull and repetitive about the fact that CX, the same thing keeps working for them, but then they throw away in the exact same spots. However, this time, they don't get that first pick, as they are just getting it yet again, well, fought the tango, but one that is, well, not too pretty and pretty damn embarrassing to look at this point, as CX, a 2v5, feels like really there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, not really too much they can do with the rifles, especially not even rifles, the pistol, the deagle, that. And he does fall 13-2. Well, I mean, imagine if CX won the pistol, this could be 10-5 again. So you take out the CX CT pistol on the first map, and we're looking at the same similar performance from CAZ on their T side in the rifle rounds.
Well, that comes down to if they actually win those rounds, though. And right now, 13-2, winning. That's a pretty tough statement I've not said in a little while for CX.
Yeah, and you got to look at the frags as well. Karma Panga 4 for 14, not the best showing from him.
It's going to be difficult though, because they're just getting, you know, once they get these picks, Karma not so much in that same sort of regard, but once they get them, things just get so difficult for them. And we're talking a pick stream, tapped away, and gets it in mid.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm thinking right now from CEX. And actually the bait set up here, they're not going to be expecting Aussie playing balcony, and they're not looking at his face. Gets 1, can he get another one? Gets traded out, but it's fine because Roma with the refrag takes down Robin.
Dream from behind though, he could pretty much end this round, but Karma is going to try and find it. He will flick on up and does a fair bit of damage, but is it actually going to be enough? As now Dream charging on in. And it's going to happen. MCK a headshot on towards Robin. 14-2. CX.
That could be the nail in the coffin. That definitely could be. I mean, if they won the pistol, we could be looking at what? 5-13? 5-13 is very, very bleak, but still a chance, I guess, if you're the T side and break the CT economy. But at this point, I don't really see too much light at the end of the tunnel for CEX. And they do go for the Tech 9 bite. Could be smokes. Actually, no, they have no smoke, so they're about to just walk out into a blender of this Mag 7 from MCK.
This shotgun right now, it could pretty much just decimate them as it finds the first. Now looking for the second, 1 by 1. Why don't you just line up CX? Just let it happen at this point, because I don't know why you're going solo. This is not the Counter-Strike we know and love from you guys. You've got the talent. You know this is not the way to approach things. 1v1s.
Yeah, fair to say they've given up. Unfortunately for them, it is going to be 15-2, and
I feel like we have to address this right now.
No
Because I don't
pause
want
as well in both of those.
even away from the pauses, that's just, you know, a dying point right now that we've discussed all week, and it's never always been the same outcome. For me, it's not like CX don't have talent. It's not like they're underdogs. We know they're better than this, but things just don't seem to be working for them tonight.
Then again, you could. I think a very stagnant point is the fact that they are a mix at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it definitely shows. But the problem is, if you're a mix, you usually see a stronger showing on the CT side. What that says to me is that CAZ are just more individually skilled.
Well, hey ho, we've already had a player start from the server. Thomas,
Oh, he's left.
He's out of here. He knows it's going to be bit by bit. Picks coming on in. Rezu and Robin, they are going to be putting up a bit of a fight. And Thomas, maybe you should think about just tapping open that console and reconnecting. Because Roma, a 1v2.
Honestly, though, even if he does win this, I don't think Thomas will reconnect. Let's be real here. Don't want to say he's frustrated, but maybe a little bit, you know, annoyed at the situation here. 15-2. The bomb has been planted, and Roman out low HP. Roman Asti on 3 HP as well. Maybe if he takes down Reggie here, he can win this.
Keeps coming in from Connector, but CX, they will get away with the win, and now my eye is drawn towards Thomas. Is he actually going to come back and help his team?
No pause. I'm not too sure. Pause comes out. Does he join back?
I feel like if they paused, he's got it, right?
Well, I'm reading the chat right now. I'm beyond tilted. Just go.
Oh, that's been said.
Yeah.
Can't really come back from that one.
Oh, they are turning their Counter-Strike back on. That's something.
Yeah.
Seeing Thomas and Co loading up their Counter-Strike. Let's see what happens. But at this point, I'm not too sure. Actually, we're live. We are live. We are live.
Oh,
Oh,
no, we're
paused
not.
again.
We're not. It's all about juggling. You know,
Jesus Christ.
they don't quite know what they want to do. And I feel like the call has been made that he has loaded in.
There we go. I mentioned he's on CS and he's in the server. So now we can go unpaused. Thank God. So, scout for Thomas. Joins the server, insta buys a scout. Where's he going to go with that? He's going to peek mid and die to the orb, probably. Oh, there's no actually. Where's the money for CAZ?
Oh, the things have been close. I think that's, you know, something that's been almost overlooked.
I completely forgot that CeX won the last round.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
things have
that's
always
a
been
nice
close
shot.
as well. So you talk about him dying in mid. Well, the only one dying is going to be Dream.
So far, anyway, into this round, and Brody C, will he win that duel? Yes, he will. He's gonna go down, but Roma had his number in that last half.
Find at least one on towards Thomas with the Deagle, but it's going to be pretty tough. They capture themselves 2 rifles. Ozzy, they had a decent here there, and well, CX, they will close it out. CAZ being pushed back bit by bit.
So, goodbye coming out. Will CAZ force buy this? No, they're going to go for the save, and they want the orbs and the utility, and they just want to close this one out. Don't want to do some stupid force buys and make it, what, 6-15, and CX, there's potential to get 9 rounds if you break the CT economy, but at this point, it is still looking very, very bleak for them. You know, the players publicly saying that they are tilted and so forth, so not really expecting too much mental fortitude going into this one. You need a lot of mental fortitude to win a game when it's 15-4.
Well, not only that, but you do have the door that comes with it. Can they hit the shot? So far, Ozzy looks like at least 2 with the pistol. With the rifles, they are the mops. They're just going to keep on scrubbing away at these floorboards. So looking pretty damn squeaky clean, but Roma could begin to spill the bucket.
No armor though, even though these players are low HP, but actually Dream catches Rezu off guard, and now the spray comes off a Kamapanger, takes down that player. Actually, no, he doesn't. I thought he did. Dream's on 7 HP.
Yeah, he gets away by the skin of his teeth, and now the most important thing is Karma. He has to push for the bomb, which Roma, he's waiting for, but backed up by that Dream, they're coming in for the crossfire. That smoke fading should be a perfect time, and Karma finds the first, but Dream with the crossfire, it's going to be perfect, and it's going to be that 16-4. So overall, we have ourselves our second result. It has happened, and that, well, that wasn't pretty.